start, this worst game by far.
It's a part of it. Don't remove it, but it was still adds to my point. You can't remove it.
Hold on. Let me have my plane going. Come on.
Okay,
I'm zigzagging through the runway here.
Go ahead, my fault.
He's a rookie. So, yes, he does need a little leeway because of that. We can't expect him to play like a veteran, not have the bad game occasionally because of that. You should have the conversation about it. But here's the thing, and that's why I'm saying I love the Malik Neighbors game that you brought up specifically. Are we in any of these games without Jackson Dart? That's not to say you give him a full-on pass for everything, but you got to recognize he's a rookie. He's learning the NFL speed. We're talking about the learning quarterback thing. Every single time you go up the next tier, the windows are smaller. The guys are faster. And he's still learning some of that. And the fact that he's below the average in the NFL in turnovers means something good is going on here. Now, can we go ahead and have the conversation? He's had 2 ill-timed turnovers? Yes. I'm not going to blast him too much for the New Orleans game because, again, besides the fact that it's a second career start, if you look at those interceptions, first off, one of them actually benefited us because the moron caught it and ended up like, the 5 or 10 yard line when we could have, gone ahead and punted it. He probably got a better field position. The second one, Collins really forgot to run the route, just stopped running the route.
Yeah, he just gave up on that.
Yep.
So, there's a little bit of leeway I'm going to give him because he's a special player. He's still learning NFL speed, but I don't have a problem having the conversation, but I'm just telling you right now, if you don't like it, fine, let's put Russell Wilson and we'll see how much you like it then.
Well, okay, look.
I just want to real quick. Sneaky, go ahead, but let me respond to that whenever.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. For me, all I'm talking about regarding Dart is game situational.
Yes.
Or situational game or play, right? When he threw that pick, when he had that turnover at Denver, okay? And yes, when he threw that interception during the Saints, he should have, what I'm saying is he should have known when they're watching the film, either he's with Kafka or Dable or whoever else, they should have had that little pointer thing and say, that right there, with this time left on the clock, in this situation, we can't.
You don't know they didn't. You don't know they didn't.
But I don't know that they did.
And y'all act like there ain't other good NFL players that make plays in games.
All I'm saying is that conversation should have been happening.
I'm sure it did.
But
you're assuming that it didn't happen.
But because I'm looking on the field, the turnovers at towards the end of the game, it's still happening.
Okay. So let me ask you this: if Josh Allen's on our team, who's a double-digit turnover machine year in and year out, what's the difference?
All right, you're missing the point. This is the point, and this is why it goes against the stats that Drew brought up. I think the key thing that y'all are missing is I'm not just talking about an interception throughout the game. I am saying when it matters the most. Yeah. When you're continuously doing it when it matters the most.
So that's outside the Denver game, I'm asking what matters the most.
Game. Your argument is
you're talking about one game.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me, because y'all are lacking the listening, and that's why y'all keep saying things that I'm not even making the point of. It's not one game because it happened in the Saints game. It's not one game because it happened. Well, you have to listen, bro. You keep doing this, and you're missing the point. It happened.
You are. He's a rookie. He doesn't know how to do this yet.
TP,
the speed is different.
You jump in
bro. Y'all, I promise you. I promise you, the way up, when you cut somebody off, you're not gonna have productive conversation. When y'all talk, I'll be quiet.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay,
that is not
everybody.
True.
Okay, all right. Okay, you know what? Then that's fair. Then I'll be more aggressive in ensuring that everybody gets their time. Now, TP, go ahead. No interruptions. Art, don't say if you have to mute your mic. Mute your mic. Don't say anything. TP, you got the floor. Go ahead. What you got?
Like I was saying, you can't continuously say that it's just been one game because it hasn't. I keep throwing out the games and then y'all keep saying it's been one game. It hasn't. The Saints game was a game. The Bronco game was a game. The Chicago game was a game. And to be honest with you, there was another one when he was in the red zone and he tried to give it up to Gunnar O. That was honestly an interception. That was an interception too. Yeah. Like, the point I'm trying to make And this is where for me, I think the mindsets are just different. Like, we kind of laughed and joked about the whole, like, you know, him having experience in high school, college, and all that, whatever. But to me, there is a difference between a rookie mistake and then there's just a difference between you continuously just not being aware of situations and in moments. Because if we were to tell our kids not to do something, even if it was new, I'm teaching my son the importance of looking the ball in. Like, this is new to him. If you do everything right except for the thing that I'm trying to teach you to do, except for looking the ball in, I mean, it has nothing to do with being a rookie. Just follow simple, like, directions. And it's the same principle. Like, in the game, Jackson Dart, take care of the ball, man. That's it.
Okay. Now, all right, what you got?
I think what needs to be understood when he throws interceptions at the end of the game, why do you think that is? He's out of his mind, nervous. We don't know what's going on with the blackboard. You can tell him 1,000 times, but until he gets the reps in over and over and over again, he's not going to get it right. And to equate the NFL to any other level of football is absolutely insane. He has one of 32 jobs in the world. The windows are smaller than they're ever going to be. And he is going to do this several times. And to say it's a repeated behavior, even though it may be, there's a reason for that. The learning curve in the NFL is steep. This is not a video game. It's not a button push. This shit is hard. I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm defending this kid because he will figure it out. You must give him time. Hopefully he'll have better coaches. That will change. I would know a lot about that now. I would know a lot about that now. You must be patient with this kid. If he fails, he fails. Don't take it personally. But he's the best chance you guys have had in a long time. Russell Wilson was ridiculous. Anybody who thought that was going to work is crazy. Why he wasn't immediately demoted to the third string where they brought in Jackson Dart, I have no idea. Why you didn't bring in Jameis Winston, I have no idea. Okay, is he out too?
No, he's a third quarterback, so Russell Wilson would have also had to go bring in Jameis.
Is that okay? Yeah,
that's the new rule. Okay,
yeah,
but you guys, I mean, this is what it is. This is their growing pain. I don't know why some of you, and I mean this politely, I don't know why you don't understand that you are in the middle of a complete rebuild. It is now a complete rebuild, and everything that you're wanting to happen is not going to happen.
Smooth, you want to add? You want to add anything to that?
Hey, I just had a question for TP because he brought up an example. You said you was teaching your son to look the ball in to catch it. So you go over that all the time with him. So 3 games during the season, in critical moments, he dropped that ball. Do you have that same attitude you talking about with Jackson Dart?
No, if I'm going over with my son about looking the ball in, and I find out on the catch he did not look the ball in, my complaint is going to be you didn't look the ball in. Forget the result or whatever. My complaint is you didn't look the ball in. Did I answer your question? Do you understand what I'm saying?
So your complaint is not the process, is the thing you didn't look. Say that one more time for me.
So, like, the comparison is like for Jackson Dart. Again, I'm not saying my conversation piece is not as much as the turnovers as to when the turnovers happen, because the turnovers happen when we need it the most. So a pick earlier in the game is not in the same conversation that I'm saying when we need you to take care of the ball the most. So when I'm speaking about his turnovers, I'm saying, Jackson Dart, you should know and understand, okay, in this moment right now, the one thing that you do not need to do is turn the ball over. And that's what I was correlating it with my son. The one thing that you need to do when you're trying to catch the ball, whatever the result is, is look the ball in. So that's what I'm saying.
I got you.
And that's new. That's new
The
to him.
bigger-
He's still
the bigger
learning.
issue I have with Dart on that play specifically, and it's funny. I know I'm sure Sneaky wants to move on from this in a minute, so I want to get it in real quick. My bigger issue is just freaking slide. You already had the first down.
Right.
Just slide.
Which one you took? What play you talking about?
First down.
Sorry.
And you know what? I think, to be honest, that play is actually the play that cost Dable his damn job, because he obviously hasn't gotten through this kid to do that. And on top of that, the fact that he was obviously concussed, like you could tell he wasn't going for the ball afterwards. That's an obvious. Like, I think
No, he went for the ball. He got the ball.
No,
When he
he
hit the
was
ground. He
laying
got
down.
concussed.
Yeah, when he hit the ground,
He
it's
got
when
the
it hit.
ball back. He went down with the
No,
ball,
he
hit
did
the
that.
ground,
When
and
he
it came
went
out.
down and hit down the ground, he was literally laying on the ground after that.
Yeah,
Did not
he
go
was
for
out.
the ball after that.
He was out.
There's-
Now,
There's
Ann,
veterans.
Ann, do you want to add anything to that?
Nope.
KC, you got
There's
anything
veterans.
But my
regarding
whole point- my
regarding
whole
Dart
point-
and game situational awareness?
my whole point is not that Jackson Dart's not going to make mistakes. We know he's going to make mistakes. That my thing is, honestly, TP, I've never heard you say something nice about Jackson Dart. You're always on him.
Oh no,
Oh my
Uh-oh.
God.
no! I've heard no. I've heard
Don't
no.
rise again.
TP,
Don't
I've heard
again.
TP say some good stuff about Dart.
Okay. And
I
all I said
I
is,
can remember.
I've never heard him say anything nice
Yeah.
about Jackson Dart.
You haven't heard a lot.
I haven't
Let's
either.
do this. Let's do this.
I mean-
TP. Can you say one nice thing about Jackson Dart? Because again, I'm sure Sneaky wants to move on to potential head coaches for the Giants. 'Cause, it's 1 minute and 10
Excuse me,
1 hour,
sorry.
10 minutes in. I know he wants to
He's
do 2 hours.
Ja-
And we're going
Ja-
to spend 5 hours talking coaches.
Go ahead, TP. What you got?
And when we were in the draft process, I wanted
just one thing. Just
no,
one.
no,
thing.
I am. When we were in the draft process, I wanted Shador Sanders, and I was adamant on getting Shador.
Mhm.
And I didn't think that Jackson Dart was worth trading up for and that whole nine. I said repeatedly, I'll say again, I was completely wrong about it, and I think that Jackson Dart is the franchise quarterback, and I think that Jackson Dart completely shut me up, and I'm glad that he did.
Well, clearly not. He didn't shut you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now, okay.
About wanting Shador over him.
Okay, now saying all
did not
that,
think
saying
to go.
all that, say something nice. That wasn't nice. That was factual. Say something nice.
If that's not nice, I don't have anything for you.
Pretty
You're-
hairs.
Y'all, honestly, if that's not nice, I don't have anything for you.
Okay,
He just,
then.
he just said he's a potential franchise quarterback. That's nice.
I didn't say he was potential.
He said he believes that he is the franchise quarterback.
What are y'all? What is wrong with y'all listening today?
You're not getting a heart- you're gonna say you have a heart attack on the
And I
show,
mean-
bro.
Yes, you said you believe he
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Wow.
Moving on. I want to throw this out there,
Everybody.
and I know that Art, you're more than welcome to stay. I think that dude dipped out, which is cool. He didn't say the
Outro.
outro. I'll get him back on that. Now, Ann, I know you're gonna like this because this has to do with Feliciano.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, I think Drew knows where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going.
So he was on a podcast not too long ago, and
I'm sorry. Who were we talking about?
John
John
Feliciano.
Feliciano, our center from back in 2022.
yeah,
Okay.
part of
All right,
that magnificent run. Now, going into the following year, it turned out that he was offered just a little bit more than league minimum, and San Francisco gave him $3 million plus. Okay, so it was a no-brainer. And of course, he went on to play. They ended up playing in the Super Bowl. He had that awesome opportunity. When he was asked about the firing of Dable, he said he does not believe that Dable is the problem. And his justification is the fact that, Shane was the one that got rid of all the main hitters. He brought up Leonard, Cat Williams, of course, Love, brought up Love, X, and of course, Barkley. Now, my question for you guys is, Now this is a former player talking about the coach, and even in my eyes, defending his coach. What are your thoughts in this whole, I guess, transactions that Shane has made? If these transactions weren't made, I mean, had we would have kept Barkley, had we would have kept Xavier, and so forth, would we be? I mean, would Dable have been fired now? That's my question, Drew.
Can I take this one real quick here?
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Really strong opinions when it comes to this man. First off, I'm going to do this, and if you're a Giants fan, you know damn well what I'm referencing right now. 2022 Game 2 against the Commanders. Cost us the game with his flexing. There, you know who John Feliciano's biggest fan is?
John Feliciano.
John Feliciano. That man point blank said he was coming to the Giants to play center for 1 year to get himself a big contract. He knew it was the last contract of his career. He has an axe to grind with Joe Shane. And y'all know I don't like Joe Shane. I don't front on that. But this is not a Joe Shane issue. This is a John Feliciano issue having to get back. And he's a big Dable guy, too. Dable was his coach, obviously, over in Buffalo as well, where he came from. This was him just sticking up for his guy, which I don't hate on that part. But he mixed in the axe to grind when it comes to, Joe Shane and that issue there. Honestly, this is a much to do about nothing story. This is a guy who had an ulterior motive to go after a guy he didn't like.
Anybody? Go ahead, Casey.
Feliciano hasn't been in the building in 3 years. Like, how does he know? Like, he may be right, but again, you're not in a position to me to actually know unless you're talking to the teammates or something. If that's really the case, you can only go by what you experienced when the 1 year you were there. So, I mean, it seems like I'm with Drew. Like, I don't think this is a real story, like, or anything that we really have to worry about. I think
care about.
Yeah.
So Josh says, I think it was a bad move to fire Dable.
And we have a drug test for you, Josh, tomorrow.
And the talk show said he should have been fired in Denver.
He was.
There's some story that was the end, the be all. Smooth, do you got anything to say, or you want to make any remarks on the?
No, I think it's a non-story. I just felt like it was easy to take a hit because he got fired, so he fired his shot to open up his podcast because that's what he was doing, and left it at that. It meant nothing. You'll hear nothing about it from him going on forward.
I could sit here all day and make my issues about letting Leonard Williams leave and Julian Love leave, and we all know the situation with those guys leaving was a cap thing, especially the Leonard Williams thing.
Yeah.
But when it came to Barkley and McKinney, I think McKinney was done with the Giants. More specifically, I think it started because him and Wink didn't get along.
They didn't.
I think that's where that started to go on the outs. So I kind of thought McKinney was going to leave regardless. The Barkley thing, I'm not going to comment on that anymore. My feeling on the whole thing is I don't give a shit anymore. None of them guys are Giants anymore. I want to talk about the Giants.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree with you on that.
TP, anything?
Yeah, I'm to be honest with you, I don't be listening to a lot of ex-Giant players. I don't be caring about none of that.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So you mean to tell me when Banks, right, was questioning? I'm not questioning, but making claims how people don't fear or players don't fear Dex. You didn't.
You can't compare. Banks to that guy.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't listen to a lot of.
Okay.
Like that doesn't mean ever.
Okay. I didn't mean to put you on that.
We bring up the whole Dexter Lawrence thing. We bring up the whole Dexter Lawrence thing, and I'm watching highlights from the Chargers game. And one thing that came to mind is, and I'm noticing it more ever since that game, is the fact that I think it's not only being double teamed. That's a big part of why Dex isn't being Dex this year. But, and I know it was only his third game back or second game back from a major injury. But when he snatched that interception out of the sky, and he's rumbling and bumbling down the field, and he gets within the 4-yard line and trips over his own foot. Number one, I had Daniel Jones flashbacks, and number two, the thing that popped into my mind is He's not in shape. And if you look at him now, he's not in shape. I'm sorry. He does not look like he's in shape. He's winded. Again, I know he's taking double teams for the most part.
He always has.
Look.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's still out of shape.
Casey, I got you. I just want to say, whether he's in shape or not, he still has a faster 40 time than me. That's all I got to say. Because I at least got a good 4 or 5 minute 40 time.
Okay, Rich Eisen.
45 minutes. Oh, I'm saying 45 minutes. You know. Yeah, you do the math. Because you got to stop, take a nap, get something to eat, and then finish. Anyway, Casey, go ahead. What you got?
Well, he does not have a faster 40 time than me, but
wow.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna put you on. Dex. If you ever see this, we got to set this up.
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Okay, Casey. What do you run a 40? If you can.
At this point, I'm about a 4.8.
4.8.
Yep.
4.8.
I used to run a 4.4.
How tall are you?
6'4".
You know what? The Giants are looking for a number 2. You interested?
TP.
Not running a 4.8.
TP. What do you run the 40?
I mean,
I have no idea, man. I can't even tell you the last time I've ran full speed, so I'm not sure.
Depends on how big the stake is.
You said
Smooth.
What?
No, I'm saying Smooth. Did you run a 40 time anytime soon?
I think I'm high as 4.6. That's probably what I got when I was in high school.
I'm a slow. Anyway, Casey, go ahead.
Dang, you really were Phil Simms, sneaky.
Yeah, I was.
What Dex is about right now, he's still getting double teamed. So as far as the fear factor is concerned, I'm pretty sure these defensive coordinators are still, or offensive coordinators are like, hey, we need to make sure that he doesn't blow up our schemes. But again, I think that the Carl Banks thing was just him trying to get Dex to play at another level because we know he's better than what he's been doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like whether or not Banks was right or wrong, like we can discuss that. But I think that that's what his intention was. Like I don't think his intention was to actually try and like disrespect Dex.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
But Banks is also smart enough to realize that point blank, Dexter Lawrence is not being used correctly. He's not being used as a nose tackle.
Yeah.
He's not being put in the right position for what he does.
But he ain't gonna come on this podcast and talk about coaching. He's gonna keep talking about the players, even though I know he want to say something about the coaches.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, this is a whole HR issue anyway. They both work for the Giants.
Yeah.
But the coaching again is still like we've all said this that Shane Bowen got to go.
I reserve the right for any of us to go ahead and judge anybody on defense with this coaching staff, except for Deontay Banks, until we get a real defensive coordinator.
I gotta get Jalen in here, but I do want to say this: it does suck that the only sack that Dex got last week
called back
on a bullshit holding call.
I think it's worse that I've seen more sack dances on TikTok than I actually seen the goddamn game this year.
We have an amazing pass rush, guys. Elite. Amazing.
Go ahead, Jalen. What you got?
Not being used correctly. I don't know if we had moved off of like the Feliciano topic, but I just got one thing to say.
Bring it back. Go ahead. What you got?
Gladly. Shut your dumb ass up. Because first of all, what do you mean you think Daboll wasn't the problem? Have you not seen anything that's happened within the last 3 years?
He wasn't the solution.
Yeah, thank you, Dad. Like the fact that we've done nothing but trend downward with this man as head coach. Like, are you joking? Are you slow? That's really my question. Are you slow?
CTE.
But that's why I was saying. That's why I was saying I just don't listen to a lot of ex-Giant players. I don't listen to too much mainstream media because everybody who is in front of the mic do not sit there and watch the Giants. They don't. They get a summary or they follow the narrative and they go by the little bits and pieces of information that they have. They do not sit down and watch from start to finish the Giants games. They don't know what they're talking about. I don't care about and a lot of people. A lot of people live and die about the fact that, they were a Giant. Respectfully, that doesn't do enough for me. Like, I don't care about you that you was an ex-Giant. What are you doing now? Are you watching these games? And until you do that, respectfully, I don't care too much about your opinion.
You know, for me, I'll say this. I do hold their opinion to a certain extent. However, they got to go through the gauntlet of the season, and for me, it's all about the type of success that they've had on the team. When you're part of a championship team, I think that carries water. I think when Cruz was talking back in the day about how, you know, the last year of his contract, the last year with the Giants,
he got low.
You know, how that whole conspiracy thing about him not getting the ball, I heard that. And when I hear shit, even although I haven't heard Jason Sehorn say
excuse me
about the bless you, about the Giants in a while, and I'll be honest too. You know, I'm a Phil Simms guy.
No,
I listen to Phil Simms when he speaks, and I do believe when he speaks, it's like gospel. And that's just me, and no one's going to talk me away from that.
So if he's an ex-Giant player, he has rings, but he hasn't watched but one game this whole season. You think his opinion holds weight?
Nope.
Well, I mean, if they haven't watched the game all season, no.
Well, that's the point.
I guarantee you.
Carl Banks does.
Yeah, and I know Phil Simms does.
Phil Simms does too.
Yeah.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
minus the fact that you didn't like Eli.
Yeah.
But
you guys are actually agreeing. I think we're just in disagreement mode right now. Basically, is what it is. So, like, there's certain ones we trust.
Yeah,
and there's certain ones we don't. There's also guys who weren't here long enough to get the once a Giant, always a Giant, and you're in that category.
And let me throw this out there though. Now you know Eli watches the Giants games as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, if Eli were to say something, I mean, would we not? I mean, does he not hold water when he talks?
Yep.
Wait, the key words there are if Eli would say something. I really don't think he would.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good one, Ant.
Eli did come out and say some stuff about Daboll's firing.
But I also think Eli really not in that mode. He in entertainment mode. He's really not breaking down games and all that other shit.
Eli just doesn't want to burn bridges with the Giants, is what it is too, quite frankly. And I got mad respect for Eli for everything.
I want to know what TP thinking right now.
He's the last guy I'm thinking is going to give us an honest assessment of anything with the Giants whatsoever.
That's why I appreciate Carl Banks. He's a former Giant who's won Super Bowls, and he watches every game every week because he's a color commentator with Bob Papa.
But he also is the guy that will not point blank call like he sees it. He does everything. It doesn't get him in trouble with the Giants. If he called out, we said before, if he called out Shane Bowen nonstop, the Giants would have gotten on him. But calling out the player, the Giants are okay with.
Look,
well, I think that's just being politically correct more than anything else. Because I mean, that's like being at a job, you know, and talking about somebody in the section. But I'll tell you this though, and I'll say this: if Leonard Marshall, and I know Leonard Marshall don't say nothing publicly, that I'm assuming, right? But if he were to say something, I know I would listen to what he would have to say, for sure.
That's the fandom porn. That's the fandom porn out of you, though.
Right,
like,
but I mean, but
I don't think. Just to be clear, pouring.
Is that what? Yeah. What did I say?
Yeah. I heard the pouring, but I think he just heard the porn part of the
order. Tonight's not my night. Everything I say is just.
Hey, TP, I heard you correctly though.
Thank you.
I heard you.
We're talking about football. You're talking about porn.
Pouring.
Tasty, go ahead.
I don't know how the rest of y'all feel about this, but this whole going full screen back and forth between people,
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I ain't gonna lie.
I like it.
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I'm just trying something out.
You stay focused on this handsome face.
I'm just like
I like seeing people's face. I like seeing people's face. I like seeing people's discuss when I say certain. I like all of that. Like you robbed me from part of my excitement when you just told me I need to see it all. But
what are the people at home like? That's the key part. What are the people at home like?
So here's the fun question.
Sneaky, I want to bring up something.
Coaching candidates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
well,
hour
hold
and
on,
a half
Kelly, what do
we
you
have to
got? And then we'll
talk
talk about
candidates.
coaching candidates because we got like what about 30
Half an
more minutes.
hour.
Go ahead, Sully. What do you got?
So, and Drew, you heard it with me. Um, in the next like month or so, Shane may be getting extended another year or two.
Yes.
So, how do y'all feel about keeping him for 2 years? And if this new coach don't produce, both coaches are gone. Both coach and GM is gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't see
Yep.
nothing wrong with that. I agree.
Yeah, this is his shot. If he don't get this coaching right, whoever he hired now, will he be fired along with him?
So
Yep.
I'm not a fan of Shane whatsoever, but I said this the day, and I'll stick by this. Every single reason that you're excited about this team right now, we're talking about the fact that hey, lone losses wasn't for that. We're 6-4, we're 5-5, whatever you want to say it as. Jackson Dart drafted by Shane. Scattaboo and Tracy drafted by Shane. Neighbors drafted by Shane. The pass run that everybody was so excited about, all brought here by Shane, even Dexter Lawrence, because he extended him. It goes to him to a certain degree. Now, listen, I don't like Shane. He's made plenty of mistakes, and he's on the list of problems I have with this team right now. But he's not as high up on the list as Dable was. He's not as high up on the list as Shane Bowen is. He's not as high in the list as the nepotism in the front office at that point. There's issues that go beyond Shane because Shane's a mixed bag. He's made some good decisions. He's made some bad decisions.
I think for me with Joe Shane, I think I like what he does in the free agency market. Look, if we didn't, I mean, obviously injuries are a thing, but I think with my main complaint with Shane is depth, because the fact that we lose one cornerback, Banks is on the field, and Banks is a liability. Bottom line, he's a liability. Although I will say there was a couple BS calls on Banks, but then there was a couple calls that he did earn. But I think overall with Shane, it does worry me on how he handled our stars, because I understand. Hold on, let me get my close up in. I like this. Okay, I understand.
This dude is full of himself.
I understand his mantra, because he even said in his press conference, and I'm going to summarize a little bit. The reason why we got rid of Xavier is because we brought in Newman, or Newman, or even Phillips, or the reason why we don't do a fifth year extension on someone is because we can have somebody else coming in and filling in that role. That's the one thing I don't agree with. And I hate to bring up the Barkley thing. I'm not going to say give him the bag, because there has to be a limit of what we can pay players. But I think there should have been an actual true conversation, a negotiation with Barkley. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just don't think, if an owner is going to say to a GM, I'm not going to sleep at night when we let him go, or with the Eagles or whatever, I mean, that should be telling. Now, I'm not trying to say a blank check, no. But at the same time, he has to understand the repercussions of that decision. And for that, I yield my time.
Did anybody actually watch the Barkley documentary, by the way?
I did.
My whole opinion on the whole Saquon thing. Joe Shane knew point blank he wanted to go to Philadelphia. There was nothing he can do to stop him. Point blank.
I didn't have to watch the documentary for that.
Years.
He didn't want to be a Giant.
He didn't want to be a Giant. He wanted to be.
He didn't.
I'm not blaming Joe Shane at all anymore for that whole thing, because I was like, well, he didn't even offer him a contract. What the hell?
Drew, when they dropped the trailer for that, and in that trailer, he states that he was working on this getting out of New York for the past 3 years. That was enough for me.
He asked to be traded.
The Eagles in the postseason in 2022. How great would it be to join that team?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, watch the Barkley documentary.
I do have a question for the panel, and maybe it's just me. I don't know. Deontay Banks is like I think everybody sees that Deontay Banks is not a good corner, not in the NFL.
He's terrible.
Well,
why is it that he's still getting the playing time that he is? Like, I don't understand that piece of all of this, right?
I got a theory. Go ahead, Sneaky. I got a theory too.
Okay. Because he's under contract and nobody wants him.
No, the Colts wanted him.
And our defensive coordinator's a moron.
The Colts
but
called
Evan Neal is under contract too, and he's not playing. Sorry, Drew. Go ahead.
Hold on, Smooth. Go ahead.
I think it's an underlying fight between him and Dable on who should be on the field and who shouldn't be on the field when it comes to draft picks. Because I feel like Dable has his guys and Joe Shane has his own guys. And I think that's the battle of not having Banks on the field compared to putting somebody else on the field. But that's just the tinfoil hat for me.
Drew?
No, I mean, first off, Banks not even utilized correctly. He's a press man corner you're putting into a system at that point and trying to force him to be a zone. That's an issue right there. I don't think he's that good to begin with, regardless as far as that. But, I mean, he's just – the Giants have done him wrong the entire way. And as much as I don't want him on the team anymore, and I think he's damaged goods, we damaged him. We forced him to be a CB1 last year with that gauntlet of goddamn receivers we were facing last year in the schedule. When we saw him his rookie year go against CeeDee Lamb and Scary Terry back-to-back weeks, get burnt badly. We did not set that. We've ruined this kid. Like, we want to look at issues of how we ruin a player and how the Giants organization needs to change a lot of what they do. I'm telling you right now, Deontay Banks is prime example, Exhibit A. By the way, Evan Neal, as much as we dislike him, example 2.
So let me ask you another example.
Drew,
I'm gonna have to go that way. I think that's coaching, but
Drew. Let me ask you this question then, okay? And it's open to the panel as well. Hold on one sec. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. With Deontay Banks, okay, would it be fair to say the moment that Wink walked out that door, that Banks should have followed him?
Yep.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely. 100%.
I disagree.
Okay,
Nope.
Drew.
What did what did Dable say point blank when he came here about? He's talking about Daniel Jones, but it's something you're supposed to do for all of them. I'm going to talk to the players. I'm going to adjust what I do based on what the player does. Well, you literally drafted a guy who's a press man corner. Now, he plays zone as well. He does play both, but his specialty is a press man cover corner, and you're forcing him into a zone defense nonstop, and then you wonder why he sucks. You wonder why he's causing issues in the sidelines at that point there. You wonder why all this crap's going on. Because we did wrong by this kid every single step of the way. Now, part of the issue, again, is he's an immature motherfucker. I'm going to say it point blank that way myself.
That's part of it, though.
Not to put it all on him whatsoever. But the Giants have done him dirty every single possible step of the way.
But I go back to my I'm sorry, TP. I got to hear an answer. I go back to my question. Once Wink walked out that door, should have Banks followed him?
No, they should have adjusted the scheme to fit what he does well. That's what you're supposed to do.
He took the words right out of my mouth.
Exactly.
I was going to say the TP thing, coaching.
That's what good coaches do.
Daboll's preached that when he first got hired. Said, I need to sit down with Daniel Jones. I want to find out what plays he really likes, what he thinks he does well, and adjust what I do because I can't expect him to do everything that Josh Allen did. They're different people. And then what did he do? They brought in a defensive coordinator and said, this is my scheme. That's it. You don't fit it tough.
But that's a Dable thing, too.
But see, that's the problem with this coaching staff right now is that they're good at talking the talk, but they ain't walking the walk. They can have that conversation, but if they're not actually going through and progressing the player or installing things as we see they haven't, hence why we keep losing games in the fourth quarter or Banks is constantly getting burnt. We're not putting them in a position to succeed, and that's on coaching.
We did walk the walk in 22. The problem is it's easy when things are going well to walk the walk. The second things start unraveling, do you unravel with it? And that's the problem. And that's why Dable, I'm not trying to kick the man while he's down. This is why he's not a head coach because he can't take that kind of issue. Like things started falling apart for the Giants. Dable fell apart right with it.
And not for nothing, Dable crumbled. Go ahead, TP. Go ahead, TP. No, go ahead.
But that goes back to coaching.
Go ahead, Smooth. Wait, who's going? TP or Smooth?
No, go. TP been waiting. Go
ahead.
All right,
go ahead, TP. Go ahead.
No, I think that Drew was cooking with that because I actually got a video that I'm actually speaking to that. I think my big issue is the lack of development with these players. And people keep talking about the lack of talent when it comes to the New York Giants. And I don't all the way see it that way. Because I'm looking at our draft picks and I'm looking at what they once were, and I'm also thinking about what they could have, should have been. My issue is that, for example, you say Deontay Banks. Well, his rookie year was a solid rookie year. Yeah. Where is the development when it comes to Deontay Banks? Evan Neal. Why was he out of his natural position at guard? We all knew he should have not been at tackle. Why wasn't his development not going up? Jalen Hyatt, again, solid rookie year. All of us thought it was a steal when it happened. Again, why is his development not going? So it's not, to me, like this talent issue. It's the lack of development and lack of putting these players in the best position to succeed. So that's why.
One thing real quickly on the Evan Neal thing, sorry. Yeah. Here's the fun one for you. Why is it Josh Mizunu's a guard, we try to make him a tackle? And the same thing with Evan Neal. There's multiple people we made the same mistake with.
That's true.
The exact mistake.
And that was part of Dable's issue, was the fact that he wanted guys that he can put in anywhere and it worked. The problem is it doesn't work like that. These kids are going through high school and college and playing these specific positions, and that's why they're good at those positions. So you bring them in, and you just automatically want to put them at guard. Then you want to put them.
Neal was a tackle in college.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying you're pulling a guy out of college based on what he's played for, what he's done in that position. I understand that.
I'm saying Mizuno was a guard in college.
No, I know that. I'm just saying.
You put him to the outside, like he's.
That's kind of what I'm saying. You're putting him in a different position. Why not keep them where they belong?
And then you putting them in different positions. And I'll piggyback all with TP saying that you're not coaching them up. So it can't have it both ways. You can't move a guy, make him uncomfortable, and then not coach him into the position you're trying to do. Either you draft for the system that you got, or you draft to develop to make the system that you want. It can't be both ways. And I think that's what the Joe Shane Gable things goes both ways, because you could say, oh, Joe Shane picked a whole bunch of – there's a good amount of guys that he picked bad, but you also look at it as we didn't develop none of the guys that we picked. So the first that's going to go is the coach. But, yeah, it's under development.
Yeah. I think for me, my one of my questions is, one, I don't know why Luminar can't look to his right. I mean, that's just
twice
mind-boggling to me.
He's a right tackle.
Two, why he can't see the outside guy coming in. And two, I guess anybody here play defense? Okay, so now this is more of maybe a defensive coordinator type question, but if I'm Wink and I have a press coverage, right? But then I come in, but then Shane comes in and he's more of a zone prevent type guy. Can he manipulate the scheme to benefit what brings out Banks's ability, if you will?
Only if he was great coaching.
A good coach would.
Good coach will. That's easy.
Not even great good.
Okay.
Look at Sam Darnold. He went to good coaching and he became a bust for the #1 pick. Went to a system that got good coaching and is on his second contract with a team that's about to make the playoff. It can happen. You do see good coaches and you do see players. It just got to happen. It doesn't happen with us, it seems like.
I never liked a scheme, right? A specific scheme, because you got to be able to coach the players that you have. You're going to get talent that maybe don't fit your scheme that well. What are you going to do with them? You got to be able to, to me, as a good coach, you can take that talent and still use it. You can't expect to just keep getting all these people that fit your scheme immediately. Like that to me, that doesn't make sense.
Well, here's part of the equation too: is did the Giants not sit down with Shane Bowen and say point blank before they hired him, "Hey, we just spent a first-round pick last year, guys, and traded up even just obviously just the one spot, but we traded up to get him." He needs
I don't.
What are your plans?
I think they did what we seen on Hard Knocks. They looked at the stat sheet, they hold it up when you say, "Look, he did first and run in all these categories. Let's hire him."
I'm going to tell you.
That's exactly what they did in Hard Knocks.
Nobody wanted the job. Nobody wanted the job. Nobody wanted to work with Brian Dable because of what happened with Wink. Because of the fact that Kafka also wanted out. That was the problem.
I said this before with the whole Shane Bowen thing is, and I think a lot of people look at it wrong or just aren't seeing the fact. Like their big thing about bringing him here was in the red zone. He's a phenomenal coach. He gets these guys to make, they're where they're only kicking field goals. Well, I got one a little more important today. How about we keep teams out of the red zone? How about we keep teams from scoring? How about we put out a defensive front out there that gets you 3 and outs as opposed to 3 points for the other team? Like, where was the mindset in that? And that's where I blame Daboll and Joe Shane, because Joe Shane's the one bringing these guys here. Daboll's the one agreeing to take them in. It makes no sense.
Well, guys, we are at that time of the show. Sully, give me your final thoughts, man.
Hey, man, I just hope the next coach we bring in here can actually put in structure and develop and bring in the staff to help develop the talent we have here and the talent that we're going to bring in during the draft. It sucks that at this point we're already talking about new coaches and who we could potentially get in the draft to make our team better for next year. Hopefully next year we won't be having this type of conversation. But we have to do something different. Yeah, it goes back to coaching, preparation, and development. We have to get back to that so we can get back to Giants football. Yeah, I mean, but hey, let's go Giants out.
Appreciate you, fam. Have a good night. TP, you got something to say real quick before?
Oh, I was just about to just make a request. I know that everybody wanted to kind of say who they was keeping their mind on as far as the new head coach. So, in closing, we maybe mention that.
You know what? I think that's something we could talk about Thursday. Well, either Thursday, even next Tuesday.
Gotcha.
Because I want to say one thing, and this time I do want my close up. And we were talking about it earlier, right? Joe Shane has now 6 months, give or take, to look at the film, look at the stats, whatever he needs to do to get the right man in this office and in that chair to either be our signal caller, whatever. But he got 6 months to make this happen. Either he stays in house with Kifka or he goes outside and finds somebody that's either an unknown or who has experience. All I'm saying is he got 6 months to make it happen.
TikTok, buddy.
Jalen, give me your final thoughts. You got 30 seconds. What you got?
What happened to TP?
Oh no, I'll go back to TP, but I'm just going down in order.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, one, deuces Dayball, but I mean, I know we all are focusing on a lot of the negative when it comes to Dayball, but there is one thing that I can thank him for. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Jackson Dart, because you know who Joe Shane was heavy on, like pre-draft and everything, Shedeur Sanders. But as far as him being fired, I'm like, this is a long time coming, and why are you looking like that? You look a little confused.
Who?
Oh.
I'm talking about my dad.
Oh. Probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. If Shane really wanted Shedeur Sanders, he would have taken him in any of the possible spots he could have.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shane's an egomaniac. Point blank. He'll take who he wants.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. But like I was saying, with him gone, I think, well, I mean, hopefully we'll see a little more discipline from the players, because he definitely did not have us prepared, which that reminds me, we were talking about something. Like, someone mentioned Sam Darnold. I wanted to bring up Daniel Jones because someone interviewed him and asked him like what the difference was like between his time with the Giants and then his time with Minnesota and now with Indy. And when it comes to Kevin O'Connell and Shane Steichen, like those two had their players like way better prepared than Brian Daboll ever did. In the words of Daniel Jones, that's what he said.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Let me hear. Shit, I can't even talk right now. Let me hear one time.
All right. See you, fellas. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam. Smooth, what you got, man?
I think he might be frozen.
Wow.
The fans still going.
You're right.
Please.
He's frozen.
No.
The fans not.
He's buffering.
Oh, he's buffering right now? Okay.
Might be.
You're saying way too much right now, Smooth. Way too much.
We can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you.
Yeah, your final thoughts. What's your final thoughts?
I don't know. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, G.
Okay.
Hold on, Sneaky.
Wait.
Hold on.
I
Can
put
you
in the
guys hear
private
me?
chat for him.
Can everybody hear me though?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. You writing a note, Ant?
Trying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pen sucks.
Hold on.
Did I get my chalkboard going?
Hold on, Smooth.
Last words.
Close enough.
I got him. Final word. Nothing, man. I don't think we hired a defensive-minded coach since Bill Parcells. I would like to go down that road. I think we could take a break from all the genius offensive gurus for a little while. I think we could find a decent offensive coordinator without having to get an offensive guru to be our head coach. And the only reason I said that is because I just feel like the whole building needs a change of mentality, a more desperation, a more locked in mentality. And I think a defensive coach can give that to us, but that's just me. I didn't think we'd be at this point. I didn't think TP was going to be right. I didn't think he was going to fire Daboll, but we at this point, so it is what it is. Hopefully we can find a better coach and go into next season with some W's. But I appreciate you guys. I love the argument. I'm out. Let's go Giants.
Appreciate you, fam. Can you hear me now? Still can't hear me. All right. I'll take
crazy.
it.
I was like, damn it, where's my pen?
AC, what you got, man?
Well, I think that better times will be had for the rest of the season.
God,
I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful, but I think that we have a team that somebody's going to want to coach. Somebody, there's a few people out there that are looking at the Giants situation and saying, man, that's a good spot to be. We've got pieces. We got a lot of pieces, but we need good coaching. And hopefully Joe Shane can get us a good coach in here. And to be honest, I want Shane Bowen gone. So he's going to need to get a couple coaches in here. But at the end of the day, I looked at the scores, I looked at the stats, and no part of our team ever performed with the other part. The offense never played with the defense. The defense never played with the offense. And the fact that we are number one in penalties, or not number one, but top five in penalties, top five in delay of game penalties, top five in pass interference calls. Like, that's discipline, which goes back to coaching, and we needed a change.
All right, man. Let me hear one time.
Let's go Giants. Oh,
appreciate you, man. Drew, you're next, man. What you got?
So, yeah, if we're ignoring for a minute the head coaching replacement thing. I'll save that for next time there for you. My big thing right now is I'm a little worried, to be honest, about Kafka. So my concern is that Kafka's going to look competent, and Joe Shane and John Mayer are going to want to hire this cheap first-time head coach. And there's a lot of people that point blank think he's going to be a decent coach in this league. Let's not forget that he was the runner-up for the Saints job. He was the runner-up for the Seattle job. He was the runner-up for the Indy job. He was the runner-up for the Cardinals job. Like, this guy has been a bridesmaid so many damn times, it's ridiculous. Someone's going to give him a shot. Now, do I think he's worth it? I don't know. Because my issue is I feel like Dable was a meddler, and I don't know if I've ever really seen Kafka control an offense. I really think that. So we're going to find out what he is. But, hopefully, I hate to say it this way, but I hope he doesn't succeed too much, because I don't think he's ready to be a head coach. And I'm going to cheat what I said a minute ago. I'm still hoping Flores or McCarthy.
Drew, I can't believe you just ended the show like that.
I can't. Yeah, McCarthy.
Like that. Now I got so many questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do a 10-second thing.
No. We'll table that. We'll table that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll table that.
Let's go.
Open up a whole.
Yeah, right. I got so many questions.
That Pandora box just got ripped open.
By the way, before I do go, because I know we got all four of you guys here in the chat there. I know Sneaky already gave it to you, but Ant and TP, I put a little link there in the private chat for us. Check it out.
Oh, that chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, check it out, guys.
I've been unemployed for the last 2 weeks, so now all of a sudden I'm like nonstop teaching myself how to create custom GPTs. My brain doesn't shut off, if you haven't realized by how psychotic I am.
But Drew, let me hear it one time, man.
Let's go, Giants. Ow!
See you, brother.
TP, what you got?
Another one, man. Another good one in the books.
This was a banger.
Yeah, this was one of those ones, man. The thing is,
man,
I'm a just let people know, man, a little secret to the sauce, just a little bit. You gotta let conversations like this happen naturally. That is the only way they're able to go well. You can't force it. You gotta let it happen naturally. And this was just one of those ones, man. And I absolutely love it. I love having these passionate, conversations about the team that we all love.
Yeah.
Can't help but to love.
Obsess.
Obsess. So on that note, man, it's been good, chopping it up with y'all, my Giant family, and can't wait for the next one. I'm glad I was able to finally, man, clear out my schedule to be on the whole stream from the beginning to the end. So
good to have you here, brother.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam.
Peace.
And what you got, man?
All right. Due to the fact that I may not be here Thursday, I'm going to try my ass off to get here. Got some things brewing at home.
No worries.
I talked to you a little bit about this in the pre-show. My theory on the head coach thing. Like, who do I want? Mike Tomlin.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the next show. Because I had to stop Drew because he brought that up too. But
I was just going to bring it up because I might not be here if you have a show Thursday. Is what I'm saying.
We can wait. I'll wait till Tuesday for you to come back on.
All right,
we have that conversation.
Other than that, I get Dayball being fired. I have no clue at all why Bowen didn't join him. But there's still plenty of time left in the year for that to happen. I wish Mike Kafka luck. And, hopefully he can turn us around a little bit, at least make the rest of the season a little more exciting. Got to teach Jackson Dart to slide a little more. He was doing good and then decided not to. But I still think the team is trending in a positive way, especially now that we're getting rid of some of the things that have been a problem. But this team that we have in place now still kind of gives me hope. So not like me to end on a positive note, but that's to me, that's positive. I think we're going in the right direction. It's just taking us a little longer to get there than most. With that being said, Sneaky, I appreciate you. I love you, TP, all the fellas. all the ladies that watch. God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in to Sneaky Show. Let's go Giants. Ow.
Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, another banger, guys. Man, you know what? Only way we gonna get ahead in life is if we have a conversation. And I love the passion that we show. I said earlier, it's an obsession, but it's also, for me, being a New York Football Giant fan, it's a way of life, bottom line. And I have no problem saying that. I'm a 40-something-year-old man living vicariously through a NFL football team. Yes, that is my vice. It's either that or crack. And I figured crack is too cheap. I'd rather be on this because this is way expensive. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming on. Even the Bears fans that came on and jumped off without saying the outro. Don't worry, I know who you are. I got you. Let's keep this dialogue going. You know, Coach, it's been real. It was a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure having the small conversations that we did. I still will never forget what you did for me when you came to Dallas. I thank you for that, even though it was something small, but it meant a lot. It meant a lot. And we'll get into that. You know, I'll tell you guys the story time later on that aspect of it. But until then, we had to turn the page. A new era will start. And I meant it when I said, Shane, you got 6 months, brother. You got 6 months. Please don't fuck this up. Keep your hands to yourself. Make someone smile. And all my brothers and sisters that served and that are serving, I hope you enjoyed your day. I hope you got fat and happy. I sure the hell did. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants.